Hello guys and welcome back to TechWolf and to another Comptia A+ Core 1 quiz. And if you are interested in more quizzes, go into my channel, click in playlists, and there you will find a full playlist with practice tests or practice quizzes for Comptia Core 1 and Core 2. And this quiz will test your knowledge on ports, whether you know the ports and protocols for your Comptia A+ Core 1 exam. So, no further ado, let's get into it. POP3 protocol is used for email retrieving, file exchange, sending email messages, or name resolution. And here the correct answer is for email retrieval. Which of the following answers refers to an API that enables communication between hosts on LAN or on local area network? DNS, TCP/IP, DHCP, or NetBIOS? And here the correct answer is NetBIOS. And on this question we need to answer whether this is true or false. The function of NetBT protocol is to allow NetBIOS services to be used over TCP/IP networks. Is it false or is it true? And here the correct answer is that this is true. Which of the following answers refer to IMAP4? Select two answers. It serves the same function as POP3, enables sending email messages from client devices, offers less functions than POP3, enables email exchange between mail servers, or offers improved functionality in comparison to POP3. And here the correct answers are that IMAP4. The question is which of the following answers refer to IMAP4, so it serves the same function as POP3, so this is the first correct answer. And another correct answer is offers improved functionality in comparison to POP3, as IMAP is the newer mail protocol. A type of protocol used in network management systems for monitoring network attached devices is called RDP, SNMP, NTP, or SMB. So which of these protocols are used for monitoring network attached devices? And here the correct answer is SNMP, Simple Network Management Protocol. LDAP is an example of Directory Access Protocol, Address Resolution Protocol, File Exchange Protocol, or Authentication Protocol. So what is LDAP? And the correct answer here is Directory Access Protocol, as LDAP stands for Lightweight Directory Access Protocol. What is the name of network protocol that secures web traffic via SSL TLS encryption? HTTPS, SFTP, SNMP, and FTPS. And here the keyword in this question is what is the name of network protocol that secures web traffic. So we are talking about web traffic. And the correct answer is HTTPS, Hypertext Transfer Protocol Secure. What are the characteristics of SMB, CIFS? Select all that apply. So we need to select everything what is in relation or what are characteristics of SMB or server message block CIFS. Enables voice and multimedia communication over IP networks, used mainly by computers running Microsoft Windows operating systems, used mainly by computers running Linux distributions, provides shared access to files, directories and devices. And, like I mentioned, we need to select all that apply. And here the correct answers are used mainly by computers running Microsoft Windows operating systems, and provides shared access to files, directories and devices. Which of the following answers refers to a Microsoft proprietary remote access protocol providing a user with graphical interface for connecting to another computer over network? RDP, Telnet, SSH, or VNC? And here the correct answer is RDP, Remote Desktop Protocol. Which port enables FTP's data connection for sending file data? UDP port 21, UDP port 20, TCP port 20, or TCP port 21. So here you have to know on which port data is sent when FTP is used and what transport protocol it's using, whether it's UDP or TCP. And here the correct answer is TCP port 20, as data by using FTP or file transfer protocol is being sent over port 20, and it is using transport protocol TCP. The FTP's control connection for administering a session is established through TCP port 21, UDP port 21, TCP port 20, or UDP port 20. And here also we need to know what transport protocol is used, whether it's TCP or UDP, and what ports are being used for administering a session of FTP. And here the correct answer is TCP port 21, as it is using TCP transport protocol and it is using port 21. So for administering FTP we are using port 21, and for file sending we are using port 20. SSH protocol runs on UDP port 22, TCP port 20, TCP port 22, or TCP port 21. And here similar way you need to know what is SSH, you need to know on what transport protocol it is running. It is running by using UDP or TCP, as there are only two transport protocols, and on which port it is running. And here the correct answer is TCP port 22, as it is using TCP or Transfer Control Protocol, and it is running on port 22. Which of the TCP ports listed below is used by Telnet? 21, 22, 23, or 20? And here the correct answer is port 23. TCP port 25 is used by SMTP, SNMP, FTP, or Telnet. And the correct answer here is SMTP, Simple Mail Transfer Protocol. Which of the following ports is assigned to the domain name system DNS? 110, 53, 67, or 389? And here I believe that all of you know that DNS is port 53 and it is using UDP transport protocol. Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol, or DHCP, runs on, and here we need to select two answers. As you know, with DHCP we have two ports: UDP port 66, UDP port 68, UDP port 65, UDP port 67, and UDP port 69. So here is easy because all answers have UDP. We don't need to decide on which protocol it runs, whether it's UDP or TCP. And here the correct answers are port 67 and port UDP port 68. TCP port 80 is assigned to Internet Message Access Protocol or IMAP, Hypertext Transfer Protocol HTTP, Lightweight Directory Access Protocol or LDAP, Hypertext Transfer Protocol over TLS, SSL, HTTPS. And here port 80, this is unsecured web protocol and it is Hypertext Transfer Protocol. Post Office Protocol version 3 or POP3 uses TCP port 110, TCP port 143, UDP port 123, or UDP port 161. So which port is used by POP3? And here the correct answer is TCP port 110. Which of the port numbers listed below are reserved for NetBIOS services? Select 3 answers. Port 136, 139, 135, 138 or 137. And here the correct answers are 137, 138 and 139, as NetBIOS uses 3 ports. Which of the following TCP ports is used by the Internet Message Access Protocol, or IMAP? 143, 389, 636 and 443. And IMAP uses port 143. An SNMP management station receives SNMP notifications from agents on UDP port 161, 162, 137 or on port 138. So on which port using SNMP notifications from agents are received? And here the correct answer is 162. An SNMP agent receives requests on UDP ports. Now we are not talking about agents, but we are talking about SNMP requests. Port 162, 138, 137 or on port 161. And here the correct answer is port 161. And in this question we need to select whether this statement is true or false. Of the 3 existing versions of the Simple Network Management Protocol, SNMP, version 1 and 2, SNMP version 1 and SNMP version 2, offer authentication based on community strings sent in an unencrypted form in clear text. SNMP version 3 provides packet encryption, authentication and hashing mechanisms that allow to check whether data has changed in transit. It is true or false. And here the correct answer is that this is true. TCP port 389 is the default network port for. So what 389 port is used for? SMB, LDAP, RDP or LDAPs? And here the correct answer is LDAP, Lightweight Directory Access Protocol. Which of the following ports is used by HTTPS? UDP port 53, TCP port 143, TCP port 80 or TCP port 443. And HTTPS uses port TCP port 443. And here you go guys, another quiz, and if you are interested in more quizzes, like I mentioned at the start of this video, go to the channel, go into the playlist and you will find more quizzes on Comptia Plus Core 1 and Core 2 questions. And if you found this video useful, leave a like, share this video, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and thanks for watching and see you in the next one.